Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Winston. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
It's now 3rd down.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Taylor now returning it. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Kentavious Street forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass? You got those great skills back there. That was anticipation. Great
watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After the pick six, here's Burrow again. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
It's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. Room here to run. Still on his feet. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Saints 7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Jameis to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
4th down, Winston. Got an open man, it's Olave. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Winston. He completes it to Olave. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Saints 7.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing, Winston. That's Olave bringing in another one. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Winston. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because, you know, the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick 6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last time, everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick 6. And now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they're moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
Yeah, as you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Back to throw here. He's got him in. Complete. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Winston. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Winston now. And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. Lutz good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams are trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Your partner's a former defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Olave holds it in. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Taylor now to return it. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
This is caught. It's Boyd. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good start, throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give you unsolicited advice. Just throw it down out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson of the Bengal field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Winston now to throw on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. So So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10 and taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, Winston. And he's going to go down again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
On one, ready?
Mixon with a 1st down carry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 38, Burrow. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
Mixon is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through? Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Continuous streak, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Third and goal, Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And here's Taylor on the return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way. Take some time off the clock and keep the ball away from their opponents.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that 1st half.
And I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here we go. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Once again, they run with Mixon. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he's going to get this down near the 25. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter. But the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Burrow looking to pass toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On third down, Burrow. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
This is caught. Touchdown. Hayden Hurst from 8 yards out. And the Bengals look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Winston. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. And he fires one incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Here we go. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Burrow will throw, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it... complete.
For Chris Olave, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Strong sack. A loss of 9 brings up 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going up top. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Inside handoff to Mixon.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
Gun. Cut.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start.
I'm one, right?
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Burrow.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
12. 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal 1st.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Hey, can.
And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
11 empty.
And they take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one is.